Hey guys, today we're going to be checking out the finals beta, and it's currently on pretty much all next-gen platforms and PC, and cross-play between them, so that is pretty unique, and it's free because obviously it's a beta. I'm not sure about the full game or when it releases or anything like that, but I was recommended to check out this game, so I decided to hop in and check it out. So first I'm going to explain what the game basically is, and then I'm going to explain what's cool and awesome about it, and then I'm going to basically tell you why I'm not a fan, pretty much. So basically the premise of this game is that it's basically Plunder from Warzone, except it's a 3-man squad, and there's 3 squads on the map. So 3v3v3 in a very destructible environment. You can use pretty much any explosives or anything that has a lot of force to break through walls and cause a lot of damage, take down buildings, stuff like that. And there's a lot of different weapons, gadgets, and gizmos and abilities. And these come down to kind of the base classes you can choose from. So you can choose a medium build, which is like your average player, medium build, medium health, and they get to use ARs and cool equipment and items like being able to heal your teammates or place down jump pads, and just a unique mix of stuff. There's also the heavy character, which I think they have increased health but a little bit slower movement, and they get to use big and heavy weaponry like machine guns. I've seen someone using a full-on flamethrower, which has very little range but does quite a lot of damage, I should mention. And they could do stuff like place barricades, throw out fire bombs, and other stuff like that. And then the third and final class to choose from is the lightweight class, which is a bit smaller, lighter, faster, but weaker, so they have a bit less health. And they generally are running with lighter weaponry, such as SMGs, pistols, and don't knock the pistols because they hit hard in this game, definitely, and you could definitely do some damage. In fact, in one of these clips, I ran a game using just my Magnum as a medium build class, though, and I was able to pick people off with it. It was actually pretty decent, as long as you hit your shots, of course. And the lightweight class, they have a lot of gadgets like being able to go invisible or evade enemies and move faster, and that's kind of their whole purpose. So when I was playing through matches, one of my best players on my team that I ran into was actually a lightweight main who would just run around and could really zip around and get the objectives done and turn invisible and was picking people off, kind of like a one-man army, basically. That's going to be your movement kind of class. Best for probably solo players. But overall, I'm saying this game's kind of probably better if you're playing with a squad that's working together, because cooperation and teamwork is going to be significant in this game mode. When you die, you're put on a respawn timer of about 15 seconds, give or take. And if people back out, or for some reason when I started a match one time, I was put on a 2-man squad, so it was a 2v3v3, and no one ever joined to fill that slot. I don't know if people can join mid-game, unfortunately. This also means when we were killing off enemy teams and bullying them a little bit, some people would back out from those squads, and then it turned into kind of like a 2v2v2, or something of the sort like that. The map's decent sized, but it's actually not too big, and because of how quickly you can actually move around with different gadgets and abilities as mentioned, there's also zip lines, and there seems to be different maps to choose from and play on. The game looks really good, the weapons feel pretty decent, there's a good variety, they have awesome customization. I was actually able to unlock an outfit for my character just from playing a few matches, so that was really cool. And they have a bunch of camos you can earn and unlock as well, charms, stickers, etc. There's even one camo I saw that looked like it was straight up polyatomic ripped out of Modern Warfare, funny enough. I'm not too big on the weird cosmetics like the cat ears and other pink and vibrant wacko stuff, but nonetheless, with that, getting back to the objectives within the matches, as mentioned, it's a 3v3v3. Your objective is to go to the designated vault at the time on the map that all players are designated to go to, basically. And the first team that gets there, they can activate the process to extract the vault from this sort of case. And it's then put on a timer, so you and your squad will then have to defend that position until you can get the vault out and carry it as a little box. If a squad comes in and kills your squad, they can take over the vault and finish off the remaining timer, and then they can take the vault instead, if that happens to be the case. Once a team gets a vault, they then have to go to the nearest extraction point to extract the vault. So you have to carry this vault to some sort of machine where you put it into, and then you have to defend this machine for about a minute or so, and any other squad can come in and kill your squad and take over the machine so that it will extract the Volt for their team. So whatever squad is in possession of this machine, by the time the timer runs out, they successfully extract the Volt and the points go to their squad. And the first squad to extract 2 Volts wins the game. So all of this is really cool, really arcadey, but if you're a solo player and you're just going to be playing with randoms, I'm not too sure how I feel about that necessarily, because it may not work out for you well most of the time. I'm sure there's a niche of players that will definitely enjoy this game and like everything that I've mentioned so far, and more power to them. Personally, I'm looking for something a bit more Warfare-like. I'm looking for something like BattleBit Remastered, which essentially takes this idea and turns it into Battlefield, essentially, but a lot bigger and massive. And I think they could do something here with this if they had other game modes, more player counts, and just did other things like Capture the Flag or Team Deathmatch, Search and Destroy, King of the Hill, you know, other stuff like that, where you could have more players, more action going on, and maybe in some cases without a respawn delay, I think might pique my interest a lot more. They do have decent weapon variety, but I would like to see a lot of different weapons as well, even more than there currently is. The destructibility is certainly unique and is doing something that Battlefield as of late can't seem to be doing proper these days, so everyone else is doing it for them. The time to kill is a bit on the longer side as a heads up, sort of like a battle royale in that regard, where if you are taking a lot of damage, you will have enough time to probably get to cover and heal up if you so wanted to. But with that said, the game was cool, it was unique, it was fun in some regard, but I guess it just isn't for me because after playing just a couple games, I was really tired of it and I didn't want to play much more. But with that said, I think you guys can go check this game out if you want to. It's on PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC in open beta right now, and you can just go ahead and go download it to check it out. But with all that said, thank you all for tuning in. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this in the comments down below. Does it pique your interest, and have you been enjoying this game? And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.